came back to me.
To be quite frank with all of you, I think this equation is maybe a little out of your caliber. By the looks of your appalled faces right now, I think I'm correct.
Got it.
Got it.
I solved it.
You solved it.
The equation. Wasn't supposed to solve it, Mr. Bennett.
Of course. Yes. Of course you were. Of course. Well, would you like to come up and present it to the board, please? Please, thank you.
When the system reaches its limit, then the limit must change.
As a teen, I was a popular child, bright, charismatic, and unafraid to challenge authority. Yet despite my social graces, I was fiercely independent, spending much of my time exploring the sprawling fields near my town alone. What began as a child's curiosity nearly turned deadly after experimenting with a patch of poisoned foxglove. For days, I laid in bed dripping with sweat, purging any food that touched my stomach. A lot of people would believe I suffered from loneliness, but on the contrary, I feel I gained much more from it. Did I feel lonely? No. I had no desire to hang out with anyone. But there was you. Ina. I like that name. She was a lover of mine. I can't explain what it is she does to me, but she opened something in me, almost like a light to a dark and covered room. Without that light, I resort to an unhealthier light, which sparked my addiction.
In order to change something, you must firstly break it. Then it can never return to its purity. The same way, if we pour salt into a glass of water, it dissolves and it becomes something else entirely.
Despite my popularity, I wasn't actually interested in building friendships. Let's just say that friends wasn't on my list of ambitions.
I have absolutely no doubt that you're the right man in this film. You will be like a lifeboat on a sinking ship. Follow me, please.
If the ship's already sinking, then what you're really asking me to be is not a lifeboat, but a miracle. And lifeboats don't stop the sea, they just delay the drowning. Still, I've always been stubborn. Maybe stubborn enough to keep this vessel afloat a while longer.
The man we're about to meet now is Julius Clark, our investor. He plays a big role in the success of the firm. Somebody would call him a wisecracker, but he's a respectable man.
Mr. Vandermeer, you have absolutely nothing to fear.
It's good.
Is there any chance that I can use the restroom? Quickly?
I don't know.
I will show that. It'll be very fast. Very, very fast. I'll be...
He wouldn't like
very
it,
fast
but
on time. Quick, 2 seconds. I'm back, okay? You won't even notice. Addiction. Definitely not my proudest moments.
Good. Are you ready?
As ready as a man can be.
That's the spirit. I think you like him. And I definitely think you like the product. He's a man of work.
What I've created isn't just a serum. It's revolution in human potential. I call it Compound 7. Every drop is distilled from the most powerful plants across the globe. Banistoriopsis capi unlocks the brain's hidden pathways. Rhodiola rosea and ashwagandha fortify the body against stress and exhaustion. Ginkgo biloba sharpens memory and focus, while turmeric protects and repairs at a cellular level. The result? Workers who don't tire, and soldiers that don't falter. And minds that stay razor sharp, while bodies push far beyond natural limits. singular injection. And a man can labor for 20 hours straight, or fight like 10. Compound 7 isn't just medicine. It's efficiency, endurance, and dominance in a violence.
Wow. Impressed would be simply the only word that can really describe the waves of emotions that I'm feeling right now, Mr. Grimes. But tell me, how do you see this perform on the market?
As expected from an investor, you're only in this for profits. This is much more than just profits.
It would excel, and in fact, it already does. Mr. Vandermeer can show you the statistics and paperwork that prove Compound 7's worth. It's already been utilized across the world.
Excellent. Frankly, paperwork isn't really my kind of thing. Is there any chance that we can see this in the work?
Would this be enough for you? He's been at it for days.
This is fascinating.
I believe that was my line.
This would definitely sell.
And there it was, your actual line. This is a waste of my time. We both know you're only here because of what's profitable and not.
Now, you'll have to excuse me. I've got a few errands to run, but I hope to hear back from you soon.
As so-called investor, you invest in nothing but money. A waste of my time.
Hey!
This whole thing has got me quite sparked up, to be honest. I mean, the opportunities are endless here.
Opportunities? Stop the euphemism.
You're special. How about some dinner at my place? We can discuss this further, you know? What do you say?
I want to furiously scream no, but that wouldn't be the best outlook on the rest of the firm.
Absolutely, Mr. Clark. I'll be looking forward to that.
Great. I'll see you at 6 and don't be late. I need a favor. Something with no effect. Kind of like a placebo tablet. You know? Talbot, welcome to the dungeon.
Thank you for having me. I brought salt.
So, don't worry, I already have some salt. Care for a glass of whiskey? Sit.
This is some of the greatest food that I've ever had.
I appreciate that, Talbot.
I mean, this is, wow, so good.
So tell me, how are things?
What do you mean?
New job, testing a prototype serum all by yourself, and all the other stuff you got going on. You must be stressed.
Do you care?
Well, I must say, it does get to your head. A little.
I understand. And actually I can sort of relate. You know, I put in a lot of time into this company, and my wife is nagging me to go down in hours, and but I just can't. It's
too important.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Do you have anyone to talk to?
No, I don't need that.
Yes.
Good. Very good. That is also important. You see, the only living family member I've left is my father. But we don't really see each other eye to eye anymore. And maybe it's my own fault. My grandfather meant a lot to our family, and to me. He used to work for the company as well, and he was too good at it, even for the company. My father differed from my grandfather. He was driven the same way as his own father, but halfway suddenly, he just decided to leave it all behind, for some unknown reason.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He was a man of ambitions, his own ambitions. He worked for the company, but he was truly curious about human nature, and his own independent work was very important to him, which is probably why he was so successful in life.
What about your father then?
To be frank, I couldn't exactly tell you. I never really understood him, and it kind of feels like he never really understood me either.
Well, I hope it doesn't affect you too much.
No worries. We've got each other. Cheers.
Now, you'll have to excuse me for a moment here. Thank you for all this catering. I have to visit the restroom for a minute.
Sure.
Or maybe a few.
All right. Thank you for dinner.
My pleasure.
You're special. You would be like the export on this sinking ship.
It was all just a dream. What a sick dream that was. I think I saw some sort of tentacles even. What was that? What?
Alrighty, have some salt.
It was real. The salts have become an umbra. Umbra salts. Calling in sick during your first work week. Great.
Thank you. I already feel a whole lot better now. I'll be back tomorrow.
Feel a whole lot better now. More like I haven't slept for 3 fucking days now.
Staring outside for several hours won't make it magically appear again, Talbot.
Boom. I'm still here.
I need my adrenaline vial now. Where the fuck is it?
You probably forgot it somewhere. Well, you should make a more refined one anyways. That one had a way too high joule of energy. It would make you crazy. What are you?
What the hell is going on?
Nothing, really. Except, I'm here now.
Good afternoon, Mr. Clark.
Mr. Vandermeer,
What are your thoughts about this new chemist of ours?
he's great. He's exceptional. But nobody's perfect. Even he is quite inexperienced in this field of work.
Well, we do need this young face. You were just 19 when you took over your father's seat in this company. You were born into this company. And this situation, I guess we should look past heritage.
I think you're right, James. I do the work my father never could.
Hiring Mr. Grimes is exactly what your grandfather would have done.
I'm going to distribute Compound 7. And I will invest enough to make sure that it reaches every part of the world one day in the foreseeable future.
That is just great news. I see a bright future for this company. One problem. I'm not sure if the king will condone the distribution of Compound 7 or any other serums.
I'll handle it. My family has enough political power that I can assure you we won't answer to the king. Excuse me for a moment. Junius Clark? Whoa, repeat that? Another realm? Well, most of my chemists are quite frightened from how the recent expeditions have went, so I'm actually not sure. Or perhaps I can offer one chemist.
I'm unsure whether I'll be able to contain my excitement from the meeting with that frog.
You know, in terms of the profits, I mean it's way more profitable if we pursue it a little bit more.
It could be something beyond human comprehension, and maybe it's even talking to me.
Back, Mr. Grimes!
I despise you.
It's good to see that you're back.
What's with those kids, or all those kids?
James, it's kids. I don't know why they're here, but anyways, we need your, how should I say this? Your expertise to help us collect some samples in a remote location. In Iceland, actually. And after that, the trip goes to Northern Africa, baby.
I'm afraid that I'm on another assignment, but I'm sure you're able to send in other chemists.
We have.
And?
Well, they disappeared, along with several other expeditions that we've sent in. Please do understand, Mr. Grimes, that there is no assignment more critical to the company than this exact one. They call it a bleep. They think it's a region or a phenomenon where different realms overlap. It's a fog, essentially.
Here I was, thinking I was special. I guess the world found a way to bring us together anyway.
Death is such an interesting phenomenon. All of those soldiers that lost their lives, Do you think they were destined to die inside of that fog? That sounds a lot like something you would say, Talbot.
I guess I'll try my best at ignoring you. That is the first interesting thing you've said, Junius.
What was that? Oh, nothing. Actually, did that fog have tentacles? Tentacles? We're not trying to catch the Kraken here.
Never been much for traveling, but safe to say, I'm ecstatic for this one. One person had survived the bleep, an old friend of mine, a great chemist. But he didn't come out as the same person, and far from the person that I once knew.
My dear old friend. I only heard a few days ago you were back from quite an assignment. It's okay. You can tell me what happened.
Is this it? Is this what you're talking about? Is that what? Is it?
What's going on? I'm sorry about your friend. I really am. I didn't know it was this bad. Like, I shouldn't have brought you.
Despite having an almost sexual relationship with prophets, you really are quite human. Have I misjudged you, Junius? You seem to be different when representing the company. It seems as though the company affords him something which allows him to be someone else. Someone else entirely. Perhaps protection. Perhaps anonymity. Perhaps both.
I suspect the same may be said of you. You go through your friend's journal more from a perspective of curiosity rather than grief. Perhaps that makes you less of a human. Or maybe it makes you more of a human. Talbot? He was almost like an animal with that hellish scream of his. So screaming makes him an animal? What? No. I mean, no, of course not. I think what sets us apart from animals are our ability to have emotions. No, not our emotions. Our empathy, specifically. The ability to feel what others might be going through just by imagining it. You're right. Without empathy, the human experience would have to be redefined into something smaller. Something closer to that of an insect.
And yet, it's the empathy variable that seems to be the great obstacle to achieving true objectivity. To achieve truth. What's the use of true objectivity if it means losing one's humanity?
Alright, so we need you to enter, take notes, and collect some samples of flora and fauna, should you find any.
You could have chosen more experienced chemists. There are several.
We did. But they never returned. And we're certainly concerned about their well-being. But if you were to find a way to collect some samples from this anomaly, their sacrifices will not have been in vain.
The fog disappears momentarily once in a while.
Think about it, Talbot. You hate being held back by some king or empire. This company is like a beast whose life forces is gold. Gold is energy. No, not gold. Currency is energy. A variable to direct and control people, to manipulate the fold. Yes,
There is something worth exploring in that thought.
something worth pursuing. Something that could help the company and its masters. No, Talbot. Try to ask yourself, is this really about the company? Or is there a way to understand humans in reduced terms? In a reduced equation? This is an awful idea. And yet this idea has legs. Legs like a beast. It is certainly plausible to treat people in reduced terms. Except for one obstacle, which is the human variable, empathy. This idea is ludicrous. There's no present future where I or anyone else could make this work. To understand people in reduced terms.
But if it could...
It would be far more powerful and effective at controlling the fold than any king or empire.
Fuck off! Take this!
I guess the only thing you're good at is killing people.
You would make a fine addition to my collection. Ah, shit!
You really think this is a good idea for this fucking idiot? Seriously,
He's got a lot of experience behind him. He'll be fine.
I've got a wife I need to return home to.
Darling, I promise, it'll be fine. We'll have each other's back in there.
Seriously, man.
Guess this should be a wake-up call for addicts.
Let's see what caused your decline, Tomas, shall we? So you're being chased by a man with a machete, and you stun him with a pallet. You're a brave man, Tomas, but definitely no Da Vinci. Is that a T and L? TL? What's that supposed to mean? As in totally lost? What is that? An entrance to some form of shed? Or a shack? Okay, so we enter the shack and then basement? Now that is rather eerie.
Not the best idea. Nonsense!
It's retreating from a threat.
there's some form of hook down in that creepy basement. Or perhaps it's placed elsewhere. Or maybe both. What exactly are you trying to tell us, Thomas? A generator, which powers a switch. Maybe a way out of that basement? Or just an escape? Another escape through some sort of hatch. So whoever is in this realm can escape in two ways. And who are you, Mystery Man? Did you create this hatch? V-I-G-O. Vigo. Is the Mystery Man's name Vigo?
This other realm is very much conscious, sentient, a living realm analyzing and testing us. To what purpose? I'm not sure, but this is your own fault, but you're most likely in excruciating pain and didn't mean the interruption. How long can a human being survive without a leg?
Ripped pages. I guess the Mystery Man didn't want us to know who he was. One killer. 4 people. So the people are the survivors that escape either through that hatch or by powering that switch. These places are familiar. This one. There. That's what the name was. Auto Haven Wreckers. I had my car fixed there just a few weeks ago. Why would you draw this?
We need to get him back to camp.
I need to dress his wounds before I can get him back. This will ease the pain, my friend.
I guess this is how it ends.
Evan McMillan idolized his father, so when Archie's mental health worsened, Evan became his enforcer in what would become known as the worst mass murder in modern history. They never proved that Evan led over 100 men into those dark tunnels before detonating the explosives and sealing them to their fate.
So what became of them?
Archie was found in a basement, starved and abandoned. However, no record is ever made of what became of Evan.
What did you do to him?
are these, Tomas? Alright, more tiles. What is this? Is that tentacles? What the hell is this, Tomas? What is this? I can't even make anything off of this.
Are you protecting me? Keeping me alive for some unknown reason? Oswald and Dallin didn't deserve that.
Talbot! Talbot!
No, it couldn't be. That wasn't the opioids. It is this place.
Talbot! What have you done?
It isn't protecting me. It's messing with me. Playing with me like a cat does mouse.
Talbot! Talbot! What have you done?
It's beautiful and horrific at the same time. It's sublime. A tree filled with death. It's made of all the missing employees that died within this realm, including Oswald, and many more. It's amazing. Perhaps my actions have been for the greater good. Oswald was going to die anyways. He was reckless. Dallin kept speaking about his wife, even though we all know deep down he didn't care for her. I'm doing something
Boogeyman. I guess you really just have gone crazy, Tomas. So you're telling me that they're all gone? So tell me, why did you ask if that fog had tentacles?
Did I say that? You must have heard it wrong. It's not what I said.
Damn it!
8 years, Talbot. Can you believe it? Feels like it was just yesterday we were in that gym arguing about opportunities.
I recall it very well. In fact, you were flabbergasted by my work. And you were a bit of a prick as well.
And so are you. You still are.
That's a good one.
But I wasn't wrong. Look at you now. Look at us. One thing. Something a bit personal.
Personal? That's not your usual domain.
It's Lisa. I've been thinking of asking her to marry me.
Marriage? Binding oneself to each other through a contract.
You make it sound like a business arrangement.
Isn't it? Two people swearing loyalty, sharing resources, producing heirs. It is biology draped in poetry.
No, Talbot, it's more than that. It's about choosing someone who makes the world bearable. Someone who reminds you that you're still human, even when everything tries to strip it away from you.
Humanity's fragile. Love even more so. It bends, it decays.
It's worth bending for, Talbot.
I'll take your word for it.
Then you'll take my word when I say you'll be my best man.
That's a terrible idea. But very well.
Thank you.
There's the usual, Mr. Clark. Thank you.
Ellen? I've been alive for the past 8 years, but despite that, I feel more dead than ever.
I don't quite get it. I mean, we lost you in the bleed. We thought you ended up like the others. I'm truly sorry.
Nobody was lost in the fog, okay? Nobody was lost. Talbot, he left everyone to die. And used us as specimens of his.
No, that can't be true. I mean, come on. The bleed does things to you. I mean, just listen to yourself.
You weren't there, okay? Oswald, he collapsed right in front of us. And Talbot, he just observed.
You're shaken, Dylan. Talbot is many things, but he's certainly not a murderer.
The company probably hid this from you. Talbot is probably in on it as well.
This conversation is like,
please, no.
Just listen. This conversation is over.
No. Please listen. sorry, Junius. You don't deserve any of this. What happened on Iceland was unspeakable. I got taken away by this big black giant squid, and I don't know, it was much more than that. It was like a completely different being. I thought I would drown, boil in that hot water, but I woke up at home. But my wife wasn't there. In fact, nobody was anywhere. I walked around and it was all a ghost town. I walked and walked and walked for nearly 8 years until I was in front of my home again. I opened the door and my wife was there. She looked like she had seen a ghost, but somehow that was one of the greatest moments of my life. Her face lit up like an angel. I can't even imagine what you're going through.
Ellen, is it true what you said earlier about Talbot?
I'm not the type that lies. And in fact, what would even be in it for me? I came to you so we could get Talbot together. He's got that weird psychic connection to that being.
I have a phone call to make.
Yes, James?
Hello, James. I have an important matter to discuss with you.
Continue.
It's about Talbot. I know it's a little bit out of the blue, but he can't continue as the head chemist anymore.
What? I don't understand. Where is all this coming from?
You have to understand. Talbot is dangerous. And I believe his experiments are something we quite simply have no control over.
This saddens me, Junius. I've never seen you as a person filled with jealousy, but it seems that I might have been wrong.
No, it's nothing like that. You have to understand there's something deeper going on with Talbot.
Nonsense! You're a smart man like your grandfather, and you know very well that with Talbot, the company has reached a point where your contribution is no longer a necessity.
No! Fuck, no! You're simply just too stupid to see anything at all! And don't you dare name my fucking grandfather again! You're making a fool out of yourself! Give it back to me!
Focus on rest for now, and let the serum's effects wear off. So you hopefully don't need to use that cane for much longer. You have to understand that Talbot has too much leverage within the company now. Getting him out the firm simply isn't enough.
So what exactly are you saying?
We kill him. We put an end to all of this. There's no other way. But it's not possible for just me. He's too high profile. But you're the only one that can get me to him.
Perhaps this is something worth spending for. You might have been correct, Junius. Someone who reminds you you're still human.
My dear Talbot.
Speak of the devil.
If we can gather enough evidence to prove that this serum is as dangerous as it is, we can make it work. However, it has to come from your mouth.
I mean, he has probably already buried all of the evidence, so it'll be nearly impossible to get.
That's where I come in. We'll use my story. We'll tape record a video of me explaining what he did to Calder, Oswald and the others.
Others?
Yes, others. In some villages, people have gone berserk and massacred tons of innocent lives. It appears that the serum evokes different qualities depending on the person. Some people solely benefit from its effects, while others, such as yourself, lose control. It always seemed like Talbot was hiding something about this serum. I just didn't know what.
Did that fog have tentacles?
Is that tentacles?
We need to lure him out to a remote location without him raising suspicion.
The bleep. We'll tell him that we found the bleep out there. That'll surely get his attention.
Good. That's exactly what we'll do. In a few hours, you'll call him and you'll tell him that you need help investigating the fog.
The bleep.
Yeah, whatever. The bleep. Sure.
What happened there?
Yeah, no, don't worry. I just fell down some stairs. It was quite bad, actually.
Well, be more careful on the stairs next time, then. No, but seriously, are you okay?
Yeah, no, don't worry. I mean, we've got a lot of important work to do, so.
That's true.
No time to spare.
It's been some time since we investigated. I've been thinking heavily about our conversation earlier today. Perhaps there really is a meaning to what you said. Perhaps there really is more to life than all these stupid serums.
Of course there is, like, of course there is.
That was an unusual response from you. Did you say no?
Tell me, Junius. She didn't say no, did she?
No. Of course she didn't. Like, you know how nobody can resist my charm.
Something's off. What's that blanket in the bag? I didn't put that there. Or perhaps... Who is that?
Fuck! Did you see where it went?
You cold-blooded murderer! You killed 2 soldiers for nothing, you sick bastard!
Nothing! They were in the way! Our way!
I can see it in your eyes. It's that wicked serve of yours.
Wicked? It's not wicked! You just cannot comprehend the possibilities that lie within my work!
Julius had the same eyes as you do now, and his wife is now dead because of you!
Dead? Dead? How have you stooped so low, Dylan? Is that pitiful wife of yours that you have no care for in the world?
I care for her! And so did Julius with Lisa! You're even worse than I thought!
Go.
End it, Julius.
No, no. This isn't you. Stand back. Listen, I've made some mistakes that I'm not proud of. Don't listen to her. But working with you was never one of them. Pull the trigger! Think of Lisa. Think of Lisa. Remember what you told me. Remind each other that we're human. Don't lose that now. Not with me. Don't listen to her.
Sometimes I wonder what's going through your head, Talbot. But your biological signature is not to be defined by this.
You're not a prey. You're more of a blight. You transform everything you touch by firstly damaging it. Look at them. They aren't friends anymore. You finally eliminated the last single human piece of empathy that existed in your life. You got rid of it. So stop trembling. Take what's meant for you. Refine it, transform it.
To understand the human condition, one must rise above it.
You're a builder-upper, a breaker-downer, a holder-outer, and I'm a giver-inner. Sad but true, I'm a sapper too, taking it from a taker-over.
Chemicals squeezed from the pineal gland of a recently deceased friend. A soul chemical.
This is the end, huh? You think this serum is gonna help you?
It is over when I say it is!
There it is! This is who you are, Talbot. Who you've always been destined to become. What do you think the adrenaline vine that Junius took from you was made of, exactly? What are you talking about?
Placebo tablets. A pill that is utterly ineffective. He must have replaced these pills with my own for years on end.
The evidence is ready to be released upon your wish, Mr. Clark. In case you don't catch the bastard, I've saved it deep down in our database. It'll bite his ass somewhere down the road, no matter what.
And who knows? Maybe James knows about this too.
Don't worry, it'll all be over soon. This is your work!
What are you doing, Talbot? What is wrong with you?
Oh, what is it with you and death? You cause it over and over again!
What are you talking about?
Just get it over with already, Talbot. No, not you again. You are the worst! Ever since you got in my life, everything has gotten worse. Everything!
What is going on, Talbot?
Be quiet! Be quiet. Don't try to play the victim card now. I haven't done a single thing.
Be serious, Talbot. I'm concerned for your well-being.
Well-being?
Yes, what is going on? Who are you talking about?
The serum's effects are so strong that it comes at a cost. My body is slowly shutting down. Every muscle fiber is breaking down.
Remember, Talbot, this is who you are.
Oh God. You squeeze some chemicals from a pineal gland from your friend and you become this pathetic. No one said you had to become it. Why are you tearing yourself apart? What's the point?
Exactly. That's the point. What is the point in all of this? I wish we just go back and change it all.
Why?
Look at me. Look at what I've done. The people that I've hurt. All the people.
Yes, look at you. You're not only hurting the people around you, but yourself as well. And what is the point in that? It is to regret. Why bother? If you're going to continue hurting people, then drop this facade filled with contrition.
Not a facade.
I do not doubt that you don't believe this is a facade, Talbot. But if you're going to continue anyway, then you've already chosen the way that you're going. If you keep experimenting with the human variable, this is the road you have chosen. So stop regretting and start accepting. Embrace it. You've become something greater than humanity. I've already said this once, but this is who you are. So that's what we do. We just completely forget our own humanity. We. Talbot, you and I are like bromine and cesium. Essentially, you've always been me.
But you just thought that you could be the both of us.
I feared you. I did. Mr. Clark, I've come to speak about your son, Junius. I've known him for many years. He's a great friend of mine. We worked together in the British East India Company. For years, Your son. He's gone. He died fighting for something greater than us.
Greater than us?
What was that?
Greater than us?
Yes. We worked on many things together. Serums and compounds. Stuff you can't even imagine. He believed in what we were building. He played a massive part in human evolution.
How about you ask him? How about you ask my son if you believe in what you believe? Just leave me alone. People like you are inhuman.
forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Talbot, dear, you called me? It's been years, but it's almost like you read my mind because I was just thinking about you. Us, actually. Maybe it's something that's worth bending for. Call me back, Talbot. I miss you.